everyone, welcome to the Muddling Your Mind podcast. My name is Jackie.
And I'm Muriel. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. We are on our 5th episode.
Episode number 5.
And I'm always going to say I'm so happy because of the new subscribers, the new
Yes.
followers on my Instagram page. I'm just very appreciative that you guys are taking this journey with me and with Muriel and with all of us.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
It's exciting. It's so exciting to see everyone's comments about what they resonated with and things that made them crack up. My cousin actually found the Motherly Mind podcast on YouTube, and he texted me. He's like, "Okay, I see you." And I was like, "Thanks, Sam." I was like, "Have you watched it yet?" He was like, "No, I'll watch it this weekend." I said, "Get ready to laugh." He was like, "Yeah, I saw some bloopers already."
Yes,
so,
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just very somebody did reach out to me and told me that how they do relate with I think it was the episode we were talking about. Oh, the pilot episode. We were just talking about how my experience with motherhood and how I became a mom and things like that. And somebody just told me this is what happened. I felt the pressure of being the first and only child and having a child out of wedlock and having that pressure on me that I felt like I did something wrong and this and that. And I'm like, thank you for saying that and thank you for your feedback.
Shout out to them.
I'm happy. I'm just happy that somebody's listening. It doesn't even have to be
for sure.
It doesn't have to be multiple people listening, but somebody is listening and somebody is relating to us and to our experiences. And that's
the
what
point.
we are. Yeah, that's the whole point and the purpose of the podcast. Just to relate with one another, relate with other moms, and relate with other wannabe moms and other people, other not and even male dads who are doing it alone, like just kind of.
We should have an episode.
We will
where
have
we
an
talk
episode.
about dads who are single dads. Yes.
Single dads that are just doing it alone, or the dads had to or other dads that had
dads.
the stay-at-home dads, or the dads who had to take on the role of being a dad from another male, like things like that. Like it's not only
that's a good one too. The ones who are taking care of someone else's child, like their own, because there's so many, and I feel like dads are so underrated. Truly,
exactly. So shout out to the dads too.
Yes,
so
definitely.
it's a collective and whole, like we are all doing it together. We're raising kids, we're taking care of kids. So shout out to everybody.
The next generation.
Yep.
Yes.
So
all right, girl. So what are we talking about today?
Girl, we talking about that soft life era.
Soft life era. As a mom, soft life as a future mom, soft life. Just soft life in general.
Motherhood does not have to look ugly.
Yes.
Motherhood does not have to look like it's like
it's not a struggle.
It's not a struggle. Who said it has to be a struggle? Who said that when you turn into a mom you lose yourself? Who said that? Why does that have to happen?
Yeah, like the beauty and self-care and like healthy living. It's very important.
Yes, it's so important. It goes a long way. It helps. It's a holistic thing. It's like it goes with the mental. Yep, the holistic approach. It goes with the mental, the physical, spiritual, everything. So
all of it put together makes the person that is the parent. So
exactly. So who
very
said
important.
that? No, for real. That's actually a good question. Who said that?
No, that's a very good question, because I can remember my mom. When we started to get older, me and my sisters, that's when we started doing things like sending my mom to get a massage or sending my mom on like a getaway, like a staycation. And those were things that my mom was not accustomed to. But when she did them, she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so nice. I can't wait to do this again." And it's like, well, why weren't you doing it, Mom? Like, it's not like you didn't have the resources or anything like that. Like, so yeah, it definitely taught me even in those young moments. Those were moments where I wasn't even a mom yet, but it taught me like, don't let motherhood take you away from who you truly are, and trying to experience life for yourself. So that's
Girl,
important, finding yourself and taking care of yourself and feeling
yeah.
alive and thriving
Just feeling
as a
like
mom and as a
y-
person in
I
general before a
remember
mom.
I remember when I was younger. You remember those shows when we were younger and we used to watch those mommy makeover shows
Oh,
and things like that.
yeah.
And then they would have the before like the mom used to wear the
The frumpy
big T, the
clothes,
frumpy clothes with the
stains.
stains on them.
Yes.
And I understand. Before I never used to understand it, but now I
I get
do
it.
understand. I get it. I
Yes.
get it because
Yes.
you just feel defeated. You just feel like, oh, nah. As long as the kids are good, I'm
I'm
good.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. It's
Suddenly the
sacrifice.
kids are so much more important than you.
Then
You
know
lose
you.
yourself. You
You do
truly
lose yourself. You lose
easily lose
yourself.
yourself in parenthood, in motherhood. Yes.
Exactly. You lose yourself. And honestly, I wouldn't lie. There were times that I was beginning to lose myself.
Oh, absolutely.
There were a lot of times I was beginning to lose myself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then I realized we only have one life. We are getting
Just the
older.
one.
Just the one life. We're getting older. We're watching our children grow. Our kids are growing up. So I'm
Mhm.
just like, I can't repeat this again.
Yeah.
I can't repeat
Yeah.
this process again. I
Eh,
can't just say, let's have a do-over. Like I
yeah.
can't do that.
And I also look at we're that generation that's like in between
Yeah.
where we have our children on one side, we also have our parents on the other
Yeah.
side. And
Yeah.
you get a sense of both sides. You're on
Yeah.
one side, you are the dominant person over someone else, but on the other
Yeah.
side, even though like we're older and we're adults, but we're
Yeah.
also looking at our parents and caring for our parents to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I look at my parents and I'm like, the things that they say they regret not doing, or the things that they say they wish they had paid more attention to, I definitely pay attention to those things. And for my
Yeah.
mom, it was always like, having those experiences where she was able to just live, just be,
Right.
not as a mom, not as a wife, but just herself. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, that's important.
Yeah. And shout out to the moms that are just doing it. Like, and honestly, I don't want to take away from the moms who are still not still not taking care of themselves in the process of taking care of the kids.
Yeah,
Shout
it's
out to
no
you guys.
shade.
It is no shame to you guys. It's no shame to them. I've had those days where I'm just like in my pajamas for a whole day and have stains
Yes.
on them. I
Yeah.
probably even smell like poop at one point because
You're changing diapers
because you're
and
changing diapers. So
uh,
shout out to that. But our approach today and our reason for this discussion, because we just want to say we can get out of that.
yeah,
It's
it
possible to
doesn't
get
have
out
to
of
be
that.
that
It
way.
doesn't have to be that way.
Or like, at least
But
every day doesn't have to be that way. There are going to be hard days. I remember for every time that Raymond was like sick, let's say like he caught a cold, those days, don't talk to me about looking cute.
I know.
Don't talk to me about anything but
Yeah.
making him feel better.
Yeah.
And that's what
Those
you
are the
call
days. Yeah.
prioritizing. Yeah, that's what you call
Prioritizing.
prioritizing. Like, this is not a really good day for him, and I'm just gonna focus on make trying to make him feel better. But
Right.
then, there comes a time when you have to come out of that funk. I think
Yeah.
the first like 3 to 4 years of Raymond's life, I was silently depressed. I will not
Mm.
lie. I was
Mm.
silently like neglecting myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to go out all that much. I wasn't trying to do all that many things.
Yeah.
Like someone else would have to bring up the idea of me going out for me to go out.
To go out.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was
think we're at
just
that day and age
very
now
much
that
stuck in like the role of motherhood. And then I
mm,
also, all the bodily changes after having a child were
girl,
getting in
Jesus.
my head, like all the clothes that you wear. I had like this spare tire going on, and it was just so I was avoiding mirrors. Like, I was
mm,
avoiding mirrors. I was not really trying to look at myself a lot in the mirror.
mm,
And my mom was the one that brought that out to me. She was like,
mm.
"It's almost like you're depressed. It's almost like you don't even want to look at yourself." And I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, wow."
Shout out to
Okay.
Miss Gladys. Shout
Yeah.
out.
I was shocked when she said it, and but I was like, "No, she's right." Like, I don't have mirrors
Yeah.
in the house, and I wear the same clothes. It was always
Yeah.
jeans and a giant shirt, like I was always
Yeah.
kind of like hiding or whatever. And then when I
Yeah.
would go out, it was because someone else asked me to go out. I never
Yeah.
truly had intention like, "Oh, let me go out for myself," or let me and it wasn't until she said that I was like, "Okay, yeah. I gotta I gotta start,
Yeah.
taking care of myself." So
Yeah.
what do you believe is I guess how can we define the soft life? Because there's so many different
Mm.
descriptions and different like definitions for it. But what would you say constitutes a soft life for moms
I
and for
feel like
women?
I feel like the soft life. I feel like I feel like us millennials are in a whole different we're in a generation where we don't like wahala. We don't like
Yes,
problems.
we don't like stress.
We don't like stress. We don't like stress. I swear. Every time I talk to each and every of my friends, we all think alike. Nobody wants stress.
Yeah.
Nobody is from the generation where, oh, you don't put your dishes in the dishwasher. You have to hand wash your dishes. We're in a new
We use
generation.
our
I bet
dishwashers now.
we use our dishwashers now. I feel like soft life is basically just living relaxed and free. No
Yes.
problems.
Yes.
No problems. You don't have to
Yeah.
think too much. Just soft life. Like, and it
Right.
just, it goes a long way. It helps your mental state, like just relaxing. There was a certain point of time where I felt very bad about not having things done in the house. I felt
Oh,
horrible. I
yeah.
felt like, oh my gosh, I don't have the I don't have the clothes iron or dishes washed.
Mhm.
What's it called? Soft life is like, I don't give a damn. I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. I beg. I cannot kill myself.
I can't come
That
and kill
is
myself.
that is the motto. You cannot kill
I can't
yourself.
come and kill
For
myself.
real, because you have to think about yourself first. You have to think about yourself first. When you think about yourself first, your kids are you're alive for your kids. You're there
That's
intact
true.
for your
Yeah.
children. You
Yeah.
cannot say that, oh yeah, let me hustle and bustle and clean and do this and do that. Not saying that I'm lazy or anybody who's doing that is lazy.
No.
No, it's just
But
more
there
so
has to
like
be balance.
there has to be balance.
Yeah.
It's not a rush. Like it shouldn't be like I'm getting an anxiety attack because my eggs are not in a row or I said my ducks are
Ducks are
not
not
in
in a
a
row.
like
Yeah.
it should not be like it should not be a
Yeah.
problem. So
Yeah.
basically the definition of soft life is like you're just living life you're living life to the best to the best as you can. Like you're living
Yeah.
life at your best.
It sounds
Um
like you're saying you're giving yourself grace.
mm, that's
Yeah,
it.
because
That's it.
and I think for you, it's like a added role. You have the role of a wife as well. So you're a woman,
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
wife, you're a
yeah,
mother, you're a student, you're in school
yeah,
right now too. And
yeah.
all those roles, you have to give yourself grace to not be perfect in every role.
Because
It's like
when you're perfect, it burns you out.
it
Like
does.
it burns
It's a
you
lot.
out.
It's a
And
lot.
if you were in our last episode, if the listeners and viewers are in our last episode, we were talking about culture. And I
Mhm.
remember culture, that's another thing where culture used to play a role in my home. I used to feel like I was not able to to do the best as I could because I was not I was cooking, but I felt like if there's sometimes if I didn't cook for my home, or if sometimes that I didn't cook for my
Clean the
husband or
house.
clean the house, I just felt like I was not a good
A
mom or
good
a good
person, yeah.
person.
But
So, but
it's hard.
it's hard, and so I feel like you have to revamp your brain. You have to
Yeah,
just kind of just do things for you.
yeah,
So that's soft life.
yeah. I think
But
that's a good definition. Being
yeah,
relaxed and giving yourself grace,
yeah,
going
yeah,
through the stages and being able to say, "Okay, well, I may not be perfect in, like, upkeep of the house right now, but the kids are well and my
If you can
husband's
afford a
good.
nanny, get a nanny. If you
Oh,
can
yes.
if you can
If you can
afford a
afford for someone
cleaner,
to come clean your house
go get a
once a
cleaner.
month, they got dazzling clean for like $20 for like 4
Girl,
hours. Come on.
go
You
get a
know,
cleaner.
life is
It's
getting
it shouldn't be
easier that
like
way. So
that.
let's sacrifice. Let's and it's also like reclaiming your time. I think
Oh,
yeah, it's
yes.
reclaiming your time. Like, okay, I don't have to be the one to do all those things. I can let
Mm.
someone else take some of the burdens off of me. That way I can have some more time to just be.
And I'm saying and I'm gonna say it again, culture.
Mm.
With my husband Emmanuel, I felt wrong when he was taking care of of our kids. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
what?
Emmanuel
Why?
wanted Emmanuel cause culture.
Oh yeah, that's
You
true.
because you felt
You're supposed
like
to be the
you're
woman
supposed to
who's
be the
taking
woman
care
to
of the
take care of the
kids.
children.
And
I
yeah,
I
no,
tell
that's
you now, there was
true.
one time my dad was like, and people have said it to me, and it made me feel guilty. But after a while, I was like, "F y'all, I don't care. That's your
No,
business."
that's
Like,
right. It's my
so basically,
house.
it's my house. So basically, they'll be like, "Oh, why do you have Like, if I let's say if I go out with friends, you
Hmm.
left Emmanuel with the children. Why is Emmanuel with the children? Because those are his
Because he's
kids.
a dad.
Because he's a dad.
Those are
Those
his
are his children.
kids.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong
What
with
is really
that?
my dad said, oh, when we grew up, I didn't I was not changing diaper, I was not feeding, but I was like, okay,
Is that
okay,
something to be proud of?
and so I'm like just like so should I tell Emmanuel not to do it anymore? So I'm
Right.
just like no, the men are that we created a child together. The
Right.
is gender roles at the end of the day. So it's like
Yeah.
yes, the male is the head of the household, biblically of
Not
course,
taking that away from him.
not taking it away, but it also too.
But even Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, okay?
I'm telling
So, come
you.
on.
So it's just
Serving is
like
okay. You can serve your kids. It's all right.
yes. So if you want to, like you said, reclaiming your time, if you want to reclaim that time, ask your significant other, ask your family members for help.
Yeah,
You just need that time to yourself. And that
truly.
time to yourself, it helps you out a lot,
It
for the
does.
long
There were
term.
several times where my sisters, I would ask them like, "Hey, would it be okay if Raymond comes to you guys this weekend?
Yeah.
I just need a minute." And
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And he would go and I wouldn't even go out. I would really just like stay in the house and just like
Honestly, the
do some bubble
silence.
bath and like Netflix
Yes.
by myself, the silence,
Yes.
just pray and meditate more. Like it was just so
Yes.
nice. And by the time he comes back, I'm refreshed and we can keep on going with life.
Because
It
it's
helps.
it helps because remember what I was saying that the frustration you have it can be taken out on your kids if you're so have
Yes.
so and they would
Yes.
understand why you're so frustrated. So if
Yeah,
you
they're
have
kids. They
their
don't know.
kids,
They
so if
don't.
you have that build up of frustration, if you just need that 10 minutes, an hour a
A
day,
day?
do a staycation, go to a hotel. Just do that for your sanity. So you
Yeah.
won't have to. So tomorrow you're not gonna lash out on those kids. Say clean up
Yeah.
your room or something like that. You just feel
Right.
like
Yeah. That frustrating feeling you have when you're overwhelmed and then you start taking it out on them. It doesn't help.
exactly,
They need the best version of you, you know? Like
exactly.
and the
So
best
that
version of you is not the stressed out version or the tired version or the like
exactly. Yeah, they need the
give
best
yourself that
version.
grace and give yourself time and space when you can to
Exactly.
just be for sure.
So that's an importance of it. We just stated the importance of of basically the soft life, the self
Self-care.
care.
Yeah.
We've stated the importance. That what you just said. You need to have the best version of you for your child.
Yeah.
So you need to basically revamp your brain in thinking that I'm doing what's best for me so I can be a
Mhm.
better version of myself for my
For
child,
everyone else.
for
Yes.
everybody else.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
what are the things that you feel like would be not the benefits per se, but what would you feel like in the longevity of what do you feel like of course it's important to have soft life, but what do you think in the long term the essence of soft life, like the essence of self-care, the essence of taking care of yourself, like what do you
I think it's not losing yourself
mm,
because it's very easy. I had someone, I can't remember who it was, but someone had told me like, I want a stay-at-home wife, I don't want a stay-at-home mom.
Mm.
And when they said it at first, I was like,
You're trying to,
explain. And they
yeah.
explained it like it's very easy for us as women to let the role of motherhood take over
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like let your self, your womanly self go.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't want a stay-at-home mom. I want my stay-at-home wife to still be a
Yeah.
wife,
Yeah.
as well as a mother, but predominantly a wife. And I was like,
Yeah.
huh. So it made me think like you don't lose yourself. That's what he was trying to say. Like I
Mm.
don't want my woman to lose herself. And it's very easy for us as women to
To
take
lose
on the
herself. Yeah.
various roles as a parent and lose ourselves. But it's like he
Yeah.
fell in love with that original version of the woman that she is before she
Mm.
was a mom, before she was anything else. And so he was basically saying, like, I just want to be able to take care of my wife in a way that preserves that, that
Right.
helps her to maintain that person. So I think not losing yourself is the essence and
It's a, yeah.
the biggest reason for the
Yeah.
self-care, taking care of
Yeah.
yourself physically, by exercising and doing, physical activity, taking care of your mental, taking care of your
Mm.
emotional, and
Yeah.
I think there's so many social pressures
Mm.
for mothers.
Yep.
Like there's
Yeah.
social pressures on your body image. People are
Mm.
fighting to snap
Snap
back.
back.
Like people are considering surgeries and whatnot, and people
Yes.
are trying to make different decisions on how to be able to go back to how they looked
How they
before
were.
motherhood. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like it's
It's
that's
not a
not giving
race.
yourself grace. That's not giving
Yeah.
yourself grace. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
It's
you're
not a
letting
race.
those pressures like get in your head and you're trying to make decisions on your parenting based on those pressures, it's not giving yourself grace because you had a child. You bore a child 9 months.
Honestly.
Yeah, 9 months of your hormones being out of whack, some other life sucking most of your nutrients, if having
Honestly.
to eat for two,
It's
like
not
not
easy.
being able to move around as much. Some people can't breathe as well. Some people have circulation problems.
Hmm.
Your feet start getting swollen,
The
your
body
nose
is not
is
the same
giant, your skin
before.
is super
Yeah.
oily. Like there's so many things going on.
Exactly.
And
The
in
body
that
changed.
9 months of time, and then you drop the baby and suddenly you want your body to go back to how it was before those 9 months. That's not
Please, though,
realistic.
don't compare yourselves to these Instagram
Don't.
people, please,
Do
because
not.
most
They
of
have
them,
doctors on
they have
standby. They
doctors
have
like,
estheticians on standby. Cardi B
yes,
is not snapping back. Cardi
you
B is sculpting back.
know,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
and I love her. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
love her. But even she will let you know if you were able to sit down with her and talk with her, she would probably let you know, like, actually, I had to do this to go back to how I looked
Yes,
before. So
exactly.
it's like comparing yourself to those social pressures, or comparing yourself to um those expectations, is not
Yeah.
really giving yourself grace. That's not healthy for
Do it for the
you.
right reasons. Do it for
Yes,
the right
and
reasons.
take the time that's necessary, because it didn't happen overnight enough for you to
Yeah.
be expecting to snap back overnight. Some people
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
God
Don't
bless
get me
them.
wrong. God,
We
honestly,
thank God for you guys.
for real.
Motivations, okay?
Ah,
But
wow.
it's
It's not
not
easy like
for
that.
everybody. It
Not
ain't
for
for
everybody.
everybody.
My
Yeah.
tongue is still here.
Mine is still around. It's
My arms are
okay.
still flabby.
I actually did get the surgery though. I actually
Yeah.
did go ahead and get a tummy tuck because I it was a matter of me being able to see myself.
Yeah.
Like I still had the mental image of who I was before Raymond,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't going anywhere. I waited like 5 years before I finally committed to doing anything about it, because I thought to
Right.
myself, "Oh, it'll go away. You'll
Yeah.
eventually start seeing yourself just as you are and things like that." But no, it didn't go away. And I was like,
Mm.
"Well, it would be good to get rid of this spare tire." And I finally decided to
The
commit to
fact
the
that you called it
surgery.
a spare tire.
It is a spare tire. Like, if you saw some of my pictures back then, it was a spare tire for sure. Now I understand why they call it that. I was like, it looked like I was, walking around with one of those like swimming balloons, the tubies.
Muriel.
I'm just being honest, okay? Like
Honestly,
just being honest.
it's okay.
But
It's
yeah,
okay.
so I did get it done, and I felt great. It was a painful,
Hmm.
of course, it's a painful process, right? But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did my research and I committed to it, and I feel a lot better. I really do. And
That's what they call a mommy
but it's not
makeover.
something, yeah, but it's not something that I would say everybody should do it. No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not knocking anyone who's like afraid to do it, and I'm not pressuring anyone to do it. Oh no, like I
Do it
made my
for
personal
you.
decision for me, and
Yeah,
everybody needs to do that too. It's an
yeah.
individual decision.
I've been on a roller coaster journey with weight loss and
Mm,
weight loss and weight gain, weight loss and weight gain, weight loss and weight
yeah,
gain, weight loss and weight gain.
it's
I've
hard.
been through it. Before
It's
kids,
hard.
I was already a plus size girl. I was curvy. After kids, I was way curvier. What?
Curvy eye.
I was beyond curvy,
Stop it.
beyond it.
You weren't beyond curvy. Stop
Girl,
it.
I was beyond curvy, but it's
You
okay. Shout out to my thickums.
okay?
However,
Thick thighs
how,
save lives,
thick
baby.
thighs save lives. However, the thing is that some people are very comfortable in their own skin. I
Yes.
was not comfortable in my skin. I never, I don't know when is the last time I felt comfortable in skin. Even till today, like
Oh.
I'm just starting to feel comfortable with skin. But what triggered me to go through a weight loss journey was me having a Nora. I, of course, and that would be a whole nother episode. I had complications from having a Nora. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I feel like my weight at the time was a contributing factor
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
complication. So of course, for health reasons and for longevity, and just because I just want to see my children grow in life, and I want to
Of
be there,
course.
I want to see my grandchildren.
Oh, you will.
I decided to just amen. I will in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
So I just decided to focus on my body. So basically, I've been through a weight loss journey. I've lost weight naturally before. I've worked
Mm-hmm.
out. I've eaten the right foods. But however, there's some times where it's a journey. A journey
Yeah.
is not easy. There's ups and
Right.
downs, ups
Ups,
and downs.
downs.
So of course, I've been through my down times where mental illness chimed in. And I felt depressed and I dealt with depression. So, of course, during the times where I dealt depression, I go to my soul comfort food.
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 I know that
Food.
struggle.
Oh God.
Man.
And I became a binge eater. I would
Oh, wow.
eat to the point I gained so much weight.
Oh.
So talking to therapists and that's another part of self-care. Going through
Going
therapy,
to therapy.
going to
Very
your doctor is
important.
very important. So of course that I decided enough is enough. And like I said, it's a journey. So of course I'm gonna slip up on half of my days of slipping up. I just ate some chips just now. I shouldn't have eaten enough, but whatever. So basically I had weight loss surgery. So with the weight loss surgery, it was beneficial, of course. It's not for the weak. I'm always gonna say that because
Yeah,
everybody
girl.
thinks everybody thinks weight loss surgery is a quick gimmick. Like
It's not.
if you're not fixed up in
Unless you
here,
don't really wanna stay it out. Unless you want it to,
girl,
like,
like I said,
regress.
I just ate chips. So like I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're not ready mentally for those changes, because literally your body, your physical is gonna fight with your mental on a daily
Yes.
basis.
Yes.
You're gonna look at food like, oh my gosh, especially if you're a recovering binge eater. You're gonna look at
Yeah.
food like, oh my gosh, I really want to eat all of that. I really want that food. But then your
Yeah.
body cannot even eat all of that. So you're just going to be so
Right.
sad
It
about the
change
fact you can't eat all that
Yeah.
food.
It forces
So
you to change your
it
habits.
forces you to change your
Absolutely.
habits. So I'm just like, the essence of that's another self-care thing that I decided for myself to do because I needed change. I needed change. I've done everything I could do to lose weight naturally until it could not be anymore.
Mhm.
And so basically I just decided to go through that route. There's some people who don't have to go through that route, but
Yeah.
I just decided
There's
to
a
go
lot
through
of
it.
women.
It's a lot of women who can do it naturally, who has done it
Have
naturally.
yeah, they're doing it. I have lots of my friends who have become moms, and I also I guess because I was one of the first among my friends to actually like have a child, I would always anything that I learned along the way, I would always tell my friends like, "Hey, like I remember during pregnancy, I was always like trying to make sure I was well lotioned so that way
Hmm.
like the stretch marks would be a little less,
Yeah,
like
yep,
to make sure
yep,
my skin wasn't too dry because it helped with that. So I told my friends all of that. And I
yeah.
have another friend, she's pregnant right now actually. She's expecting in like maybe a month or maybe just a few weeks left. Um and I told her like, he was very much into health and like physical activity. He exercised a lot. And I told her I was
Mm,
like, you're going to thank yourself so much when you finally get
mm,
pregnant and when you
yeah,
finally have your baby because it's going to be so much your body is just going to know like this ain't it and I'm going right back
yeah.
to where I was supposed to be,
Exactly,
It's easy to
exactly.
quote unquote snap back when you've
Yes.
already been doing it. So it's changing those habits. It's trying
Hmm.
to learn those better habits. But yeah, I kept telling her like you're going to thank your body's going to thank you so much for the fact that you're very
Exactly.
much into physical activity and like exercising right now. When you do get pregnant, it's going to be an easy pregnancy and you're going to be able to deliver well and be able to go back to how you were before. So,
Exactly.
looking forward to seeing her go
And the
through
thing
that.
is that that's good. And the thing is that, um, so self care, it benefits you, but also benefits the people around you. So, for
Yes,
example, my
yes.
kids, they see me working out. I don't know. I think they've seen me work out since they were born. I
Yeah.
swear, because they've
Yeah.
seen me go to the gym. I
Mhm.
go to the gym every time. Um, and they know that mommy works out, mommy takes care of her body,
Takes care
mommy
of her
likes to put
body,
makeup
yeah.
on, mommy
Yeah.
likes makeup, mommy does,
Yeah.
like, they too want to do makeup. So as they see
Absolutely.
you taking care of yourself, they're knowing good habits on what to take care of. and
Right.
and it's not like they're getting the pressure of I have to be perfect, I have to look
Yeah.
like this,
They're just
because
seeing it as a natural part of
that's
life.
national that's natural part of life.
Yes.
So like they don't feel the pressure, and I don't want them to learn the pressure of beauty
Yes.
outside. I
Yes.
don't want them to learn that, oh, I have to look like this, I have to have Kylie Jenner lips, I have to I have to look like
No shade
certain
to
ways.
Kylie,
No, I was gonna
but
say no shades of Kylie, you're beautiful. However, I don't want them to feel like they
feel the
have to resort
pressure to
to
change,
plastic
yeah.
surgery or
Yeah.
to do things like that. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, I just feel like having self-care it does motivate other people. It
Yeah.
motivates and I'm telling you my personal journey, and you're sharing your personal journey for
Right.
other moms to feel like they're not alone. Like,
You're
we've
not.
all felt so uncomfortable in our skin.
Mhm.
We felt
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like I had a baby, I just let myself go.
Mhm.
I feel like our parents turned that on a little too late, and I'm happy that they found it right now. But we don't want to turn ours on a little too late. We want to
Right.
embrace it right now.
Yeah, and when we
And
say turn that on, we mean the understanding that we have to take care of
take
our
care of
individual
ourselves.
selves outside of
Yes.
motherhood
Yes. My
because
mom, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, it's very important because yeah, you're right. It's like I see my mom doing that now, but she's like in
Yeah.
her 50s now and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
when it's not to say that well, you could say like she's no longer in her prime, and when we say
Hmm.
prime, it's like she's no longer a spring chicken,
Yeah.
if you
She
want to
ain't,
call
she
it
ain't, she
that.
ain't, she ain't
You
young.
know, she ain't young and out here no more,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
she's
Same as my
older,
mom.
still
Like, yeah,
beautiful, still
your
the
mom is
both our moms
gorgeous.
are still
Yeah,
very
yeah,
gorgeous,
yeah,
but there's a certain when you talk to them, you can understand that they kind
yeah.
of regret not doing
Not
those
doing it
self-care things
early.
a lot
Yeah,
earlier on. Yeah.
yeah,
And so we don't want those regrets. We want to
yeah.
be able to have it all now.
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
remember my mom. I remember my mom just started doing, like, I remember when we were younger. She never used to prioritize herself. She used to prioritize, just like your mom prioritized the kids. My mom used to
Mhm.
prioritize us a lot.
Yeah.
So of course, when she's prioritizing us, she wasn't really thinking of herself. So she started until like now in her six. She just turned 60. she's now, I could see she didn't care about us. She was like, what? She's like, I'm going on vacation. I don't care. I'm gonna take care of myself.
Right.
I'm gonna buy everything I need to buy for myself. Stuff that
Yeah.
I was supposed to do all this while she's
Right.
doing it for herself. I commend her. I did really
Mm.
do. Like it's a sacrifice for you to have those years of
Mhm.
not focusing on yourself and thinking of your children. But
Mhm.
I'm not saying that that's not us now, but I just want us to balance it out.
Yes. Balance. Yeah.
Balance. Don't say I'm gonna spend all my money on myself and forget the kids. No.
No, that's
Your
not
kids
what
are
we're
your
saying.
priority.
Yeah, the kids are important and you are too.
You are too.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to focus, like we said, you have to focus on yourself for you to be well for your kids and for your
Right.
kids. So it's a systematic flow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so it's important to also do the things that are going to prolong your health, doing your
Yeah.
annual
Mammograms.
checkups,
Yep.
yeah, your pap smears and all of that, things that are
Yep.
going to help you to continue to live long. You don't
You.
want to put yourself in a position where you've
Yep.
neglected your health and then
Yep.
it's too late. No,
Yep.
that's not
You know
that
I'm
so that
pro
that's a part of
doctors.
self-care as
Like
well. Yeah.
exactly. Like I go to the doctor every honestly, maybe it's just a hypochondriac kind of thing. I don't know. Cuz if something's going on, I go to the doctor. So maybe that's just it, but
Yeah.
I am pro doctors. I just say go cuz we were in an era where our parents did things until it got late, if that
Yeah,
makes
they waited
sense.
they
They
waited
waited
too
too
long to
long.
focus on
Yeah.
themselves or to
Yeah.
they never went to the doctors unless something was completely
Something was
wrong. And with
going
the
on. Yeah.
body, if something is completely wrong, that's because it's been letting you know little by
It's been
little and
telling,
you've been ignoring
yeah.
it and now it's just out of control. So you don't
So we
wanna
want to
wait
avoid that.
until
Yeah.
it's out of control.
We
Yeah,
would want to avoid that, but
Yeah.
just self-care, soft life.
Self-life. And I think another thing is, focusing on the things that you're not as good at and
Hmm.
trying to better them. So,
Yes. Yes.
having the courage to face your weaknesses and
Yeah.
turn them into strengths if you can, or just correct
Yeah.
yourself, course correct
Yeah.
however
Yeah.
you need to, because, changing yourself it's gonna impact everyone around you. So if
Yeah.
when you notice
Yeah.
certain things that you're weak at, like I noticed I was very weak about communication. At a certain time,
Mm.
I really didn't communicate as well as I thought I was. In my
Yeah.
mind, I thought I was all
Yeah.
right. I didn't think I had an issue with it, but then it was brought to my awareness like actually no, like you kind of make people try and read your mind every now and then, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's not healthy, like say things,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you want, say it out loud.
Yeah. And that's another form of
So
it. Yeah.
yeah, so
It's
I
another
think
form.
having that courage, being able to also face your weaknesses is
Yeah.
also a part of your self-care, and that's where therapy comes in. Being able to go to therapy about whatever traumas that you've experienced in the
Yeah.
past that are now affecting your current life.
And doing things that are best for you. Like me launching this podcast is a form of self-care. You're
Yeah.
doing things for
Betterment.
your betterment, your
Yeah.
happiness. So it's like you're stepping out, and like you said, you're influencing people around you. There's one of my family members that I see. I always look at her Instagram, and she's doing fashion, and
Mhm.
she's doing fashion posts, and I'm just looking at it like she motivated me to go for what I wanted to do with this
Right.
podcast,
Oh,
because I'm
wow.
seeing, or even not even only her, but other moms
Yeah.
are motivating me when I'm seeing them. I'm like, you guys are motivating me to do what I need to do
Right.
for myself. So
Yeah.
soft life is not only the physical, the mental, but doing things that make you happy, like launching things, launching stuff,
Yeah,
going
fulfilling
for
your purpose,
fulfilling your purpose,
Yeah.
doing things outside of, because your identity is not only I'm a mom.
Right,
That
or
should
I'm
not
a
be your
wife,
only.
yeah.
Every time everybody asks us, how are the children? What about me? I'm here. What about
Have
me?
you asked how I am?
How did you ask how I am? I'm here. Like just doing things for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just have reclaiming your time, reclaiming your identity.
Yes. Oh,
There we go.
yes, yes.
And
Perfect.
that's how we can close off.
Yeah, period. Oh, I like that. I like that. So, in conclusion,
In conclusion,
self-care is the best care.
It says,
And the
don't
best
feel
version
guilty
of
about
you,
it.
yeah, do not feel guilty about it because the best version of you is exactly what your children deserve. So I like
Exactly.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, I love the fact you guys stayed and listened to us.
Yes. Thank you for coming and spending
Thank you
time with
guys. I
us.
really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah,
And
for
I hope you
sure.
guys enjoyed it the way we enjoyed it.
Let us know
And
what
let
some of
us know what
your
your thoughts.
self-care routines are in the comments. I want to see what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Maybe I might
Maybe I could
try
pick up. Yeah,
some.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe I could
Yeah.
pick up off of what you guys have done.
Right.
What you guys what tell me what you guys have done in this 2023 and what the plans you actually have in 2024 to
Yeah.
launch your goals, launch stuff that makes you happy. Just
Exactly.
let us know and
Yeah.
we'll look forward to it.
Yes, for sure. Thank you
Yes.
guys so much for tuning in.
Yes.
And I'm Muriel,
And I'm Jackie.
and we
Welcome
are
to the
signing out.
Motherland. Thank you.
Bye.